Hey, everyone wax it, okay?
In the car?
I mean, no.
Well, do you wax your car on the regular?
No.
I'm concerned.
Dude, I do not whack it on the car on the regular. But I have been on some long road trips, all right? And sometimes...
Bros and hoes, you're listening to Your Favorite Thing podcast with
Wells and Brandi.
Okay, so you just said, I said, I look pretty great. And then you went, there you go. This is how, and that's a rude thing to say to somebody.
I didn't even say anything.
You said,
I didn't say it. I made a sound.
Yeah. Okay. Like that would be like, let's say I said this. Here's some soup that I made for you. Do you like it? And you went, that would mean no. You don't like the soup.
But you don't know that for sure.
Yes, I do.
You're assuming.
Would I be wrong though? Yeah, exactly. And I would never do that. Even if you did look like shit, I would never say, why? Because I'm a gentleman. Uh-huh. You, my lady, are not a gentlewoman. That is a mean thing to do. And you're just trying to bring me down. Why did you bring me down? Why did you bring me down? Because I'm positive?
Not. You're doing fine.
I know, but that's mean.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. You know what? One of these episodes.
Mean? You know what would be mean? But I don't really want to say it because then you're going to think I'm serious and I'm absolutely not serious. But what would be mean if I was like, I don't know, you've like gained weight, you like look old, you maybe should get some Botox. Like that would be mean.
Yes, they're both mean.
That's mean.
That is mean.
And I would never say that because you don't need to, that's not true.
I know it's not true.
And if you get Botox, I'll kill you.
Am I not allowed to do that?
You shouldn't.
Okay, then I won't.
I don't think men, for the most part, I don't think that looks good on men.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do have like lines of my forehead, but they kind of go away when
But don't you think you would look weird if your forehead was like snatched to the gods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't love that.
But men do that because they think they should, and then it's like, no.
Yeah, I'm not really into it. If I'm being honest with you, I'm not really into like any work being done on people. They never do a very good job.
What about me?
Yeah, I mean, like your face doesn't move though. So like
a little, I've got a little movement.
I mean, a little bit. It's not really so much the Botox as it is like when women get too much shit in their lips and then they keep doing it and then they just end up looking like a trout.
So there's new. I mean, I saw this on TikTok. I don't know how true this is, but there have been new studies that say that when you put filler in your face, like what we're told is when you put filler in, it lasts a year and then it dissolves is the way they put it, and then that's why you have to redo it is because it dissolves. They're now saying it doesn't dissolve, that it just migrates somewhere else in your body and that eventually you're just going to be full of all this filler and it's not good for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I look at a lot of celebrities that are doing shit and I'm like, you were hotter beforehand and like I don't understand what we're doing here.
Yeah.
This looks like this.
So, okay, Sarah Jessica Parker, Oppie.
Yeah.
She's done like nothing. Like she I just saw recently she was like out to lunch or something and paparazzi took her photo and everyone was like trashing her for looking her age and she kind of came back and was like, but this is what I look like.
Yeah.
Like, so what do you think about that? Would you prefer, like, if it was Sarah at her age, would you prefer that, like, all natural?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
I would. I do not. I'm not a believer in a lot of work done. I think you end up looking worse. Like, there are some things. It's a slippery slope, I think.
Yeah.
And then you start, like, and also women, here's the thing. You're handing the reins over to a being that already has deep amounts of body dysmorphia,
Yeah.
Like all women, they don't see what they really look like. They see whatever. And then you're allowing them to go make decisions with a doctor and a scalpel. And I feel like, and that's what's scary is they're like, they could be bigger though. Like my lips could be fuller. And anyone else would be like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, they're huge. Like, I feel like you're not even seeing it the way we're seeing it, you know?
That's true. But I do
Uh,
know people, like some of my mom's friends,
yeah.
who are a little older than her, probably. She's like one of the younger ones, I think, of her friend group. But like, so let's just say like 60
Yeah.
that have had like a facelift recently or like a little bit of work done, and they look really fucking great.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with facelifts.
Oh.
And here's my thing. Facelifts have been around for a long time, so I feel like doctors have been able to like kind of hone in on like the best way to do it and everything. Like the first ones in like the early 90s where it just looked like they were just like this. That was fucking scary, right? But they've gotten better at it. I don't know if I think everyone's gotten really good with the filler thing yet.
Yeah.
Not sure if I you know, everyone that I look at, I think a lot of celebrities now, I'm like, you look like Janice from the Muppets, you know, the bass player from the Muppet Band.
Yeah.
And it's just scary.
I think the crazy thing is like some women like to look fake.
Oh, interesting.
Like my mom feels this way, not to like the extreme of she has her lips done, but like I always tell her that I hate her hair extensions because she gets them so long that her hair looks fake to me.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's what I love. Like she likes that. Isn't that interesting?
I guess I can. Yeah, that is very interesting. She also came up during like the Jenny McCarthy, Carmen Electra time when like everyone kind of looked fucking not real. And so like her envisionment of beauty is like these Baywatch babes.
Yeah, totally. Oh, totally. She was like totally a total Pam girly. But I have some friends too that get their lips done and they're like, yeah, I want them to look fake. Like I'm paying for them. I want you to notice kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And what is that? You think that what do you think the psychology is behind it? Do you think that it's like this is what guys want because guys want luscious lips giving them Bee Gees?
I don't think it's as much about guys as it is like, you know, you hear women say all the time now, like women dress for women. Like
of course.
Men have no taste in fashion. Like it's really not about that. I really think it's about like just trying to keep up with the beauty standards of other women. That's what I think.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oddly.
Anyways, you hurt my feelings when I said I look great and you went, It's like, oh, okay.
No,
great.
You look fine.
Fine.
Must be nice. Just sit over there
Fine.
and not have to do anything.
You didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to get dressed up for this show.
I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
I know you did your makeup though.
I had to do a little makeup.
Because we're now on YouTube. So please, everyone, go subscribe and watch all these videos on YouTube.
Please.
All right. I've been told by producers to tell you guys that we need more views on the YouTube channel.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to quit doing it.
Yeah, exactly. We really are, because this whole thing was because Podcast Nation was like, you got to do YouTube because it's
people
important.
Want it.
And if you guys aren't going to, and we're not trying to like blackmail you into doing it, but like, you know, I'd like to start the show somewhat on time. And if we're having to wait for Brandi to get like, the whole face done.
Yeah. It really only takes me 15 minutes. But yeah, but I would like to say it would be much easier to not put makeup on to do the podcast. So you guys just let us know.
Let us know.
Guys, just let us know.
If you want to see us on the pod, on the tube.
Speaking of giving the YFTers what they want.
Yeah, give it to them.
We got a lot of traction on inviting the Mormons to come on the pod.
I know. So what we got to do is we got to figure out which one we're going to invite.
Yeah. There was one standout for me. I sent you a screenshot. Did you get it?
Yeah. I saw a lot of them, but like a lot of them was like, I was just a practicing Mormon and now I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want one that's like.
There were some that still are.
I want one that's like still is, like still believes it, like still wants to convert me and like, have you heard the good news and shit?
Okay, but so the standout one for me was, I think her name's Megan. And she said that I was Mormon up until 10 years ago. My husband and I met at BYU.
Yeah.
She said, we have since left the Mormon church, but we were in it. I feel like I would like to hear from her.
I know, but I want to be.
Can we have both? Can we have her, and then can we have somebody that is a practicing Mormon?
I wonder if a practicing Mormon is listening to us, because if I was a practicing Mormon, I'd be like, hey, I hate this podcast. There were?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went on a deep dive. I read every comment the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love the Mormons so much.
Gotta love them. Apparently, they're keeping us in business.
Yeah. I think a lot of people like to hear about it. I mean, look, we were the first ones to break the soaking thing, and that turned into a whole thing.
And then jury duty took and ran with it, you know?
I know. Jury duty stole our bit.
They did.
But I'm going to turn down some of this lighting.
You do look a little pale. He's going to kill me for saying that. You're mean. He just needs the warm ring light that I have.
What?
Nothing.
What'd you say?
You'll hear it later.
Oh, great. By the way, I think I'm going to get another light. See, now that doesn't seem bright enough.
That's just what I was saying. I said you need the Alex Earl light that I have because it's a warm light. It gives you a nice, like, fake tan.
I'm going to get one that's like further away. That's like a photography one. That's like a big.
Oh.
Do you know, like these ring lights I don't love.
They hurt my eyes. That's what I don't like about
That's
them.
what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I got to turn the lights back on. That's better. Okay. Should we start the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it me or you?
I think it's me.
Go for it.
Bros and hoes, you're listening to your favorite thing podcast with
Wells and Brandi.
And Mean Brandi.
Yeah. Mean girl. Can I sit here with you?
No.
Do I even go here?
Can't sit with us.
Wait, where's your bell? We got one prop in this show. Is it the special bell that I got you?
The special bell. Oh, it's sitting over on the shelf. You know, I just moved my office, so everything's in disarray. So I have the shitty bell here. The nice bell is over on the nice shelf. Should I get it?
Yeah, and you should put it out where the people can see it.
Okay, well, just give me 1 second.
Come on, we're on the tube now.
Making me get up.
We're on the making you get up. We're on the boob tube. Move it over just a skosh.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Move it over just a skosh.
This way?
Yeah. And then back. No. Back towards you. Towards you. There you go.
Huh.
So you can see it. Look at that bell. I got you that bell.
I know. Great Christmas gift.
I also got you the other bell that you make fun of, which is the one that I use.
It just doesn't sound good. You know what I mean?
Sounds like mine.
This one is way better pitch.
Yours is better.
I know.
I should get one of those. I wonder how much that was. It's probably thousands
Surely
of
not
dollars.
Much.
Thousands and thousands of dollars because I am a good friend. Well, it's official. Bachelor in Paradise is now over.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, it was a long run.
It was a long run.
It's a long run.
And this was a long episode.
It was. It's because last episode was only like 40 minutes because of Golden Bachelor.
Which I watched the finale of Golden Bachelor this week.
I haven't watched it yet because we were at a wedding.
Yeah, it's good. Very emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that he was going to pick.
I know.
What is it?
Leslie.
I thought for sure he was going to pick Leslie.
Also thought she was getting picked.
Well, he kind of told her, right?
I know. He said, I think you're the one.
I know. He's like, you're my girl.
So here's what I find fascinating about the whole Golden Bachelor thing. Now that I've watched all of it and I've seen the end, this is what my biggest takeaway. It just proves that no matter how old you get, no matter how wise you are, your men still just think with their dick. And they still just say the dumbest shit and tell multiple people they love them and lead women on and don't know what they want until they do. Like, ain't nothing's changed.
Oh, I don't know if that's fair.
I do. I feel like he kind of did the exact same thing we've seen so many bachelors do in the past where.
But we've also seen bachelorettes do that too.
Yeah, we have.
Yes, I don't know if I think it's just a men thing. I think it's more of a thing that happens on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
There are many more women versus men that like end up with their first impression and kind of knew since day one, like who they wanted. I do feel like women tend to know faster.
Yeah, maybe so.
For the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Gary said like all the right things.
Yeah, but he told 3 women he loved them. Remember when Ben Higgins did that and it was the biggest deal in the world and now it's just kind of the norm?
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though. Like, Ben is considered to be the best bachelor that we've ever had. So I think that's like the good thing to do, no?
You do?
I do think Ben was the best bachelor we've had.
I don't think it's right to tell multiple people you love them.
Yeah, I know.
I would never get over that. If I was on that show and he picked me, but had also told 2 people that he loved them, I would not feel good about that.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I've been invited to Gary's wedding.
Oh, how lovely. Are you
I
going?
just don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I just
come
came back.
on.
I just got back from a wedding.
Okay, you gotta go.
I know, but it's just
You
I
gotta
can't
go.
do any more weddings. This is
you
insane. Even in this Bachelor in Paradise episode, I go to a wedding.
I
By
think
the way,
that's
they
your
cut
life
me.
now. Maybe you could make a whole career out of Rev Wells, you know?
Well, that's what we were saying. It's just like a new great side project.
It
But
really
like,
is.
yeah. By the way, I got to say real quick about the wedding I just went to. We went to VanessaHudgens and ColeTucker's wedding
Oh, how was that?
in Mexico. It was
Oh.
beautiful, really, really beautiful. It was one of the craziest, coolest venues I've ever been to in my entire life. It looked
Really?
like something out of like Avatar meets like Star Wars. Absolutely insane, beautiful place. I've never ever been to a wedding quite like it. And it was so fun, and I love them. I'm playing golf with Cole tomorrow. So, anyways, okay, Bachelor in Paradise, season 9 in the books. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. It starts out with Jess and Mercedes being sad boys,
Yeah.
and they go build a sad castle,
Mm-hmm.
which is an allegory for their love lives. It's something that can be built up, but so easily knocked down.
Washes away, yeah.
Yeah. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the love lives of Jess and Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
Jess misses Blake, complimenting her.
Very sad. Well, it's nice to be liked, you know?
I know. Yeah. Like the show started with me not with being anti-complimented, complimented.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think it's so funny. Like the things that she misses, she's like, I just miss him liking my outfits.
I love that. I'm here for that.
Yeah, at least she's being honest about it, I suppose.
And you know what? Good on Blake for complimenting her outfits.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's an adult.
Thanks for caring. Appreciate you.
But that's not the last we're going to see of Blake, and that's going to get weird.
Weird.
But then here's the thing. So they're sad girls. They're building a sandcastle. And then the boys yell down and say, like, you guys look so hot. Like, it's so beautiful. And there's a part of me that's like, what do you ladies want?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you didn't find it with Blake, or you didn't find it with Tyler. And then you have these 2 guys who are like all about it, like just like looking in awe at you. And they're like, no, it's not what I want.
Well, sometimes when you're just that heartbroken, you know, you can't even be open to that. So I think that's the case, especially for Mercedes. I think she's pretty crushed about the Tyler thing and just the way it all played out.
Yeah, I get that.
Sad.
I feel like she burned that bridge before it needed to be burnt. Like, I feel like Tyler just like wasn't sure of exactly where he was at the time, but that didn't mean he was like completely out of it, you know?
Yeah, but you want somebody that's completely in.
Yeah.
Tyler had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That's not a good feeling.
Maybe so. But this whole episode I was watching, I was just thinking of this. What a girl wants, what a girl needs, whatever makes me happy sets you free. Forgiving it. That was Jess right there, just being like, Blake knows what a girl wants, and that's to compliment my 2-piece bathing suit.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever does it, I guess. So then, you know, it's like kind of the morning before shit's about to go down. And I'm not sure if like the cast realizes that we are kind of at the end of this whole thing. But Aaron and John Henry talk about how good they got it, which is nice. And then finally, you know, Kat and John Henry get a date. And they go on. And listen, here's the thing. I do think that Kat's character arc has been really, really interesting and wonderful this season. Because if you made Kat go get on a paddleboard in the beginning of the season, there is no way in hell she would have gotten on that thing.
Definitely not without some protests.
Yeah.
The bugs, the water, the waves. Oh my God.
Yeah. Gross.
Yeah.
And look, it just shows you like what love can do to somebody. They can make them get on a paddleboard. And then he even like tackled her in the water. And I was like, wow, I can't wait for her to like cork up here and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she got her hair wet. Big deal.
I know.
You know?
I don't know. Like, I think the thing that I realized during that date was like, one, they're really cute. And I think they're a lot further along than I think we all thought they were from that date.
Yeah, that's true.
And then, of course, Aaron and Eliza get a date card, which is nice. And I do feel like this is kind of a newer thing that we've been doing on the show, which is kind of nice, which is like kind of at the end giving couples who really probably deserve date cards a nice little outing instead of like bringing some random person in and like them going on some like weird date that like doesn't go anywhere.
Right. I agree.
So Kylie really wants to be engaged is what I'm learning here.
Yep.
And I understand that that's kind of like the mission statement of this show is like, you know, get to a place to get engaged. But it's not really kind of everything.
No. There are a lot of people that just leave as a couple.
Yeah. There's some that don't even leave as a couple, but end up getting married and have kids, Becca and Thomas, you know?
Totally, yeah.
Aaron and Eliza go on this like cool meditation date, which by the way, I want to go do. Like that looks like really fun. Yeah, I want like a bruja, like pouring water over stones and like praying over us and stuff. I think that was really cool. Here's something that's very interesting to me. So during this date, he is like, I'm falling in love with you, right? And I think that she kind of says it back. And during this date, and then also he says like, I'm ready to get down on one knee. Okay, hold on. You're missing a huge step here, I feel like. If you're saying you're ready to get down on one knee, then you need to already be in like, I love you.
I love you, yeah.
It's really, really weird that like it's almost like they're talking out of turn. Right?
Is there any chance at all they said it and didn't air it?
I don't think so. I think they waited until overnights.
Oh.
There was a lot of things that I was like really blown away by, which is like things that would never work out in the real world.
Right.
And one of those things is Kylie being like, Avon, you need to get engaged to me. Women don't really do that unless like the engagement's like 7 years long and it's like, hey, shit, get off the pot now.
The relationship,
like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But we do see this a lot within The Bachelor.
Yeah, I guess.
I always want, because I can't remember who it was, but I remember there was a season where the girl really wanted, maybe I'm thinking of Rachel on her and Gabby's season. I can't remember, but I just know like for a lot of the women that go on the show, like they're very upset if engagement isn't happening at the end. And I always I'm constantly saying like, I don't get why you're willing to throw away a great connection and a great relationship just because someone's not ready to get engaged. I just don't get that.
Yeah, it's confusing. I'll tell you another thing. There are a couple of things in this episode that were confusing to me. You know, Kat comes back from like kind of this wonderful date, and I think that she's in her mind like, I'm very excited. I want to talk to somebody. I want to go talk to my friend. So she goes and finds Jess, and Jess is like, I don't want to talk to you. Did you notice that? And it was like, well, are you mad at Kat? Like, did Tanner tell you something about Kat that makes you realize that she's not your friend, or you just don't want to talk to her because like you're really sad?
I think it's probably that. I think it's more that, you know, that Jess is like in the lowest spot we've seen her all season for sure.
Yeah. Poor baby Jess.
Yeah.
So finally, you know, Jess and Tanner, they have the talk and she wants to leave, I guess.
Yeah. She just kept saying like, I just want to be at home.
Yeah. And like, I still think like the subcontext was like, I miss Blake.
Yeah.
And even Tanner said that in some of the interviews. He's like, I think that she's still into that guy, and that's cool. I felt bad for Tanner. I feel like
I don't. He's fine.
no. Okay.
Nah.
All right.
He hopped around, homie hopped around there in the beginning and kind of, put himself in
Well,
the position to be.
Yeah, I wonder what really happened with him and Davia because I was like rooting for that one.
I know, but it like never even started, which was so strange,
Very weird.
Like I just got the vibe from Tanner throughout the season that he only wanted to get in knee deep with everybody, And so it's like, well, if you're going to do that, then you're going to come to the end and you're not going to be in a strong relationship with anybody if you're only like willing to go that far,
Yeah.
Like emotionally.
Yeah. Speaking of going as far as you possibly can emotionally, Kylie just straight up just asks, why aren't we getting engaged?
Yeah.
Like what's going on? And I don't know how we've come. And she says something like, she's like, I don't know how we can come to an agreement on this. And it's like, do you mean what needs to happen for you to get your way? Which is like, is the only way through this thing you getting engaged at the end of this thing? Because that to me is very, very odd. And it's like, he should have told me from the beginning. Well, hold on. Like, he didn't know how he was going to feel at the end. But obviously he's like, I don't think I'm ready for I'm not sure. And I'll tell you why I'm kind of on Avon's team here. Blake leaves and Kylie chases after him. If I'm about to get engaged to somebody, I'm like, why are you chasing after this guy? What's going on here? I'm really very, very confused. I'm not sure if maybe I should be getting down on one knee. Call me crazy. And I know that they were friends or whatnot, but it just screamed like something else to me.
Yeah, I mean, he never says that, but I'm sure that's probably in the back of his mind somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair. I think for me, I'm also a little Team Avon here because the thing is, like, it is insane to get engaged this fast, no matter if you're on The Bachelor or not. Like, it's just, that's very fast. And I think because of the circumstances of the show and you being in a bubble the whole time you're there, it is completely within reason for him to want to see how they are in the real world before they make that kind of decision, And for her, it's like, well, if you're not ready to get engaged, you're not sure about me. And it's like, but how can you expect someone to be sure in a make-believe world? You know what I mean? It's like, I think people should live together before they even get engaged. Like, I think it's fucking crazy to get married without having done that first, And not only have you not lived together, you haven't even been in someone's real life at all.
They haven't even had sex yet, which I mean, I don't think I don't remember anyone going to the boom boom room.
The boom boom room wasn't a thing this season.
No, it's the last 2 seasons. No one's used it, and it's like, and I've been at the bar, and this is not like me trying to stir up shit or create TV. I'm just always like, this is crazy to me. If I was going to get engaged to somebody,
yeah,
you best believe we're having sex first, just so I know.
Definitely.
Also
air conditioning,
Exactly. We don't even we can fucking do mutual masturbation and get to sleep in a nice cool room. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
I know.
I
don't know.
And then Mari and Kenny come, which is very cute. And they announce that they're having their wedding on the show. Did you have an inkling that it was going to be some past cast members and not someone who's on the show now?
I mean, yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. We can't trick the nation anymore,
Not on season 9. It's hard to do that,
I know.
Yeah.
Well, last year we almost did it. Who was it? It might have been Mari and Kenny. No. Oh, Brandon and Serene.
Oh.
There was a world in which we were just going to have a wedding, and Jesse did overnight, got his
oh yeah,
his
Rev
Jess? his Rev well stuff. But yeah, so we knew that was kind of happening.
Yeah, man, what a twist that relationship didn't work out.
I know, I can't believe it.
So crazy.
And I don't really know what happened. I heard someone cheated. There's some infidelity.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
but sad. They were
Yeah.
so cute.
So we have the Mari and Kenny wedding. And then guess who shows up?
Who?
Blake
Dun, dun,
Moynes.
dun.
One of Kenny's good friends.
Are they good friends?
I don't even know.
I feel like it was just an excuse to bring Blake back.
So why do we think we brought Blake back?
I don't think it had anything to do with Jess and everything to do with Kylie.
Thank you. I believe
Yeah.
that to be true as well. What's the point of
sure.
all of this? Well, Jess wasn't even there anymore. She had left.
Yeah.
So of course it's not for Jess.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, maybe it is for Kenny and Mari. And, we wanted some big names at the wedding, maybe.
No.
So that's my thing. We have the rave. They have this long talk. Her hands are like on his legs. And he's like, hey, you got to go do what you got to do. You got to go all in,
He seemed in that conversation to me, he seemed to be thinking exactly what you and I are. Like, what's going on here?
I mean, even Mercedes says it when Blake comes in. She's like, ooh, Kylie's going to be really excited. And it's like, wait, what are we talking about here? Because you have this woman who's very, very upset that the guy is not really sure if he wants to get engaged. But also she's very excited that another man has shown up. Like,
yeah, it's weird.
It's screaming red flags to me.
Mm-hmm.
Am I crazy?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Am I crazy?
I mean, sometimes I think I'm taking crazy pills here.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah. Anyways, so we have the rave, which is really upsetting because I hosted the entire thing. I gave this amazing toast to Kenny and Mari, and they fucking cut it. And ABC, you'll be hearing from my people. There wasn't really a whole lot that went down other than like what I thought was interesting was the Kylie pulling Blake. And of course it was like while Avon's talking to Kenny and Mari to like get some advice to like get engaged. And that's such another funny thing too. Like if I was considering getting engaged to somebody and I'm asking alumni who have already like been through everything and whatever, what do you think I should do? Kenny and Mari, you guys, I want what you have. And at the same time, split screen cut to the girl I'm thinking about getting engaged to, talking to another man on a daybed. I would be like, what am I doing here?
See, this is why we need an after show.
I agree.
It's crazy to me that they didn't have one because so much can change when you watch the show back and you see so much you didn't know before.
Yeah, I saw Blake went on Chicks in the Office and they asked him the question, like, what was going on? And he gave some kind of vague answer. And I just did like that emoji that's like, And because I don't know what went down, but I am very, very confused by all of it. Next day, breakup day. Gotta love it. And I think one of my favorite things about what happened on breakup day was that Mercedes decided to break up with Jordan before it was deemed breakup day.
Well, also, like, can you even call it breaking up? They weren't really together.
Yeah, I know. So she breaks up with Jordan. Let's be honest, she's still into Tyler.
I just don't even know that it's as much about Tyler himself. Like, I know she liked him.
Yeah.
But I think it's just the overall feeling of this just didn't go. And none of this just went the way she planned or wanted it to, And she's just crushed in general, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't really know. I feel like it was more of like, this isn't what I had.
Yeah. She should have stuck with Will,
I kind of agree with that.
I liked Will. I mean, yeah, he cried a lot, which not great, but I really liked him and her.
So Mercedes breaks up with Jordan before Jesse has the time to pull everyone and be like, okay, it's time to shit or get off the pot. Everyone that's not going to get engaged, go dump each other, you idiots. And then everyone that's going to get together, we'll figure out fantasy suites. So it goes like this. So then Kylie gives the ultimatum, I feel like, to Avon. And it's like, he's like, hold on. if we leave together, are you not going to be happy? And it's like, no, like he's like, listen, I'm falling for you, all this stuff. And they leave together, but it's the saddest ride out of paradise together I've ever seen.
Like if I were Avon, I would not feel good about that.
If I were Avon, I'd be like, I dodged a bullet here, you know? Like, Also, you can't bully someone to getting engaged. Like,
well, and I just don't know why you would want to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to beg anybody to want to be with me. Like, it's not. No one wants that.
Yeah, it's a bad look.
It's just weird. It's just weird. I don't know.
She said something, I think, to Mercedes. She's like, it's giving thirsty, and like, and it's like, it's not giving it. It is it. Like that's a very, very, very weird thing to do to somebody, to be like, you have to get engaged to me.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't. I don't have to do anything. You know, I choose to spend the rest of my life with you. Anyways, that whole thing just like really rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, I can tell.
Did it not for you? Like, I just felt like it was just like the whole thing was nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, though, I just feel like I've seen this before on different, variations of the show where like it gets down to the end and the woman's like, I want a ring. And if you're not giving me a ring, then I'm done. Like, I just feel like, and no one's maybe been this cut and dry about it as Kylie, and but like verbally saying like, but I feel like they have. I don't know. I just feel like it's nothing new, and some women just want that, and they're willing to risk losing somebody if they don't get it, and that's what Kylie's doing.
Yeah, I think this is like a cautionary tale to kind of anyone, though. Like, you should never, I don't think you should ever demand that of your partner.
No.
One caveat, if you are like, if your partner knows you want to be married at some point and you're like 5 years down the road and you're getting older, I think then you're allowed to be like, hey, is this going to happen or not? Because if it's not, then I think I'm going to probably go find someone that wants to do it. That I think is fair. But if you're like a couple years, maybe a year and a half in, and being like, you need to do this, well, I don't know. I don't know if I love that.
I don't like it either. No.
You should want to be engaged to someone who wants to spend the rest of their life with you, and that's all that they want, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, call me old-fashioned. Call me a romantic. But that's who I am.
Yeah.
Sam dumps Pete. Kind of sad about that.
Yeah. That's fine.
It seemed a little surface.
It did.
You know, it wasn't like, it never got real deep, but they were cute, and I liked both of them very much. They were both very fun to be around. Like, I don't know. I guess I was bummed just because I like both of them so much.
Right.
But also, I think she lives in like Toronto or Canada.
Yeah, she's Canadian.
You know, but he's a pilot,
Toronto
so he can
Canada,
fly anywhere.
So we're clear.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, so whatever. And then you have Olivia and Michael, which was an interesting one.
I know. I feel like there were things like that conversation, like to me, it felt like we were missing something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Olivia is still all in on Michael. And she tells him that. Like, it's kind of like one of the first times she really like kind of lets herself be vulnerable on the show. She's been angry a lot on the show, but not really vulnerable with people. And so she does that. And then Michael's just like, hey, listen, I'm a realist. That's what he says. And thinks that they're in two different parts of the world. Maybe I don't even know where they all lived, but like, I get that. And the relationship isn't ready for like leaving together or fantasy suites, which I guess I agree with the fantasy suites part of it, but I'm not sure if I agree with the leaving part of it. You can be like, well, yeah, let's get out of here and let's see what happens, you know?
I know. It makes you wonder, like, were you kind of using her to be here and have a good time, or like, what's the tea, you know?
Yeah. And it was kind of the first time I really felt for Olivia this season, because a lot of it is she is abrasive. I like her a lot, and she makes amazing TV, but she is kind of abrasive, and so I can understand some of like the beef she have with other people, and like she said a lot of things that probably you shouldn't say. But this is the first time where she gets up and she's not even mad anymore. I think she's like so beaten down, and I really, really like my heart hurt for her that time.
I know.
You know.
Yeah, I agree.
So then we go to Fantasy Suites, and you've got Aaron and Eliza, and you've got John Henry and Kat, and they go and they do their thing, and I'm sure they do sexy time for the first time ever, which I think is the way. And then it's time to get engaged, and I think I knew. I don't think I knew. I knew Aaron and Eliza were going to get engaged, but I did not think that John Henry and Kat were.
I thought for sure John Henry would follow his gut.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean, I know it says they're doing great.
I know. That's the thing.
Your gut normally doesn't lie. I don't know.
Yeah. It's funny. And it's funny how he says it. He's like, normally I follow my gut and it's always right. Yeah, but this time I'm not going to do that.
Your John Henry accent kills me. It's like not
even close.
Not even
I don't think he's even from the South. I think he's from like Arizona.
No, really?
I don't know. I don't know where he's from, but his name is John
Henry.
His name is John Henry, so he has to.
I think he is Southern. No, I appreciate that sentiment of him, like the idea of I love that. Very poetic. Very, I don't know. Love that. I always go with my gut. I'm always go with my head over my heart. This time I'm going to follow my heart. Okay. But not this time. Like, I don't know. I was like, maybe not this time. Like, let's maybe save following your heart for like when you're in the real world. And like, I don't know. I was scared for him. I'm still a little scared for him. But I think he and Kat have a deeper relationship than even they were kind of expecting. Maybe not him so much, but like I think Kat in the very beginning just thought he was hot and just needed to move something to move on from Tanner, and like he was just the thing that was there, and he's a very cute guy and everything. And it was the challenge of like, I'm gonna take him from Olivia, and I feel like she's probably like surprised herself at how much she likes him and how great he actually is. See, that's kind of the vibe that I get, is like, oh shit, like I actually really like this guy. Like, who would have thought like the two of them would have enough in common to make something work, but it is cute.
Listen, I actually really like Kat. She is high maintenance, though. She is the epitome of high maintenance, and he is the chillest, like water off a duck's back kind of a guy, and that's why it works. Because she's like freaking out, and he's like, "Man, it's cool, whatever. I'm just chilling, man. I'm having a good time."
It's really not even the high maintenance that to me would be a red flag. It's the lack of self-awareness in a lot of the things that she was involved in throughout the season.
Yeah.
That to me, and he seems, for the most part, much more like emotionally self-aware and stuff. I don't know. That would be my only concern for the two of them.
Well, I do think that Kat's going to learn a lot from, watching it back this season. I will say that.
Yeah.
So they both get engaged.
Yeah.
And it was both really cute, and I'm happy for both of them. And then we did it because we're not doing an after show. They did like where are they now thing.
It's so weird. I didn't like it at all.
I didn't either.
I need more than just that.
Yeah.
I need more.
I need more. Some of them were funny, was like,
sure.
Sean's mother says he's very mature, like
LOL.
That's funny. I wish that I don't even know. I think did they do a like Sam has totally normal bowel movements now? Like I don't even know if they did that. They should have.
I don't think so. I don't remember though.
Yeah, but then they dropped the bomb of like, it's not looking good for Aaron and Eliza, and you're like, wait, hold on. We've been working towards this entire time.
I know, and they were the ones I was more sure about.
I know.
It's so interesting.
Yeah. And Kat and
I need answers.
I do too.
We need an after show.
We need an after show, guys. Absolutely. Anyways, and that's a wrap on season 9 of Bachelor in Paradise.
You didn't get much airtime these past couple seasons. Episodes.
I agree. And what's frustrating is that like I was all over the wedding. I was the ring bearer, for Christ's sake.
I know.
And then I was the host of that rave thing. I had to do the whole thing, dancing, everything. And yeah, but that's it. BIP, good, bad, ugly?
It was good.
Yeah.
Wasn't my favorite season, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Who were your favorite cast members?
You know, I actually ended up really liking Olivia.
Yeah.
She was very entertaining. Trying to think who else. You know, the huge freaking twist in the montage there at the end. Brayden and
I
Christina?
know. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I could see that.
By the way, I've known about that for a very long time, and
I'm sure you have.
I couldn't tell anybody about it because it's very under wraps.
But I enjoyed Brayden much more on this season than on The Bachelorette. And I was sad to see him go, but he fucked up by ditching Rachel. So you made your bed. But yeah, I was like, oh my, when they showed that, I was like, holy shit, that totally makes so much sense.
Totally.
I bet they're great together.
Do you have some fave things, bro?
I'm a little low on the fave things, I gotta tell you.
Okay.
However, I did watch that new Netflix movie called MayDecember.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Yeah. I'm just shocked because there's just such little content coming out. I can't believe you haven't seen this that's new. Mostly because, don't you love Natalie Portman?
I do love Natalie Portman.
I thought so. She's in this.
I know.
Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
Who I love. And a newcomer male actor. I think he's been in one other thing.
Oh, Charles Melton.
Kind of big.
Yeah.
Yeah. What he was in Riverdale or something?
Yeah. He's been around for a little bit, but yeah. 20 years after their notorious tabloid romance gripped the nation, a married couple buckles under pressure when an actress arrives to do research for a film about their past. MayDecember. Okay, that does sound really good.
So when I first started watching it, I was a little confused in the first few minutes. So I had to pause, go read the synopsis so I knew what I was watching because I just cold turkey hit play, you know?
Yeah.
So it's fascinating. It's about this couple. The woman is much older. She meets him when he is in 7th grade, and she is 36.
Is this a Mary Kay Letourneau thing? Is that remember the...
Loosely based on her,
okay.
but so loosely that they can say it's really not about her. But I definitely I think they are owning up to the fact that she was the inspiration for the story.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very fiction, but just based on that. And so it's an uncomfy watch. It's such a good movie, but you're so uncomfortable because you're in what world does a 36-year-old have a sexual attraction to a 7th grader?
Yeah. Well.
And not only that, follow through with it and do something about it. And then the 7th grader ends up marrying her and having kids with her. And then he's 35 and has kids graduating high school.
And she's 65? And
yeah.
So who plays the actress?
Natalie Portman, of course.
Oh.
So basically, this movie opens with her arriving at their home, and she is there to basically study Julianne Moore's character because she's about to play her in a movie. And it's got a little bit of that Black Swan, vibe, that dark, kind of creepy vibe. But it's a very Natalie Portman film. But it's great. I loved it, even though it made me very, very uncomfortable.
I love that. I love that for us.
Yeah. Highly recommend 10.
All right. I have a funny story.
Oh, so you've watched nothing.
I've been in Mexico at a wedding.
Cool. Good. Got it.
But I have a great story. So,
okay. Sarah
and I get a Uber to take us to the airport, and I'll tell you what. It was one of the nicest cars I'd ever been in. It wasn't a fancy car. It was a Toyota, but this guy took immaculate care of this car, like multiple like rugs that like weren't even from the car down to like keep it clean, and like so many air fresheners. And he had like 3 of those like tree things that hold your phone up. He had like this guy was in his control center, right?
Okay.
And car smelled good. He really was taking good care of the car. And I was really, I even said, I was like, no, what kind of car is this? And he goes, it's a Toyota. And I was like, oh, is it a hybrid? And he's like, yeah. I was like, man, you take really good care of this. Good for you. Anyways, and that's not really a part of the story other than like, I was just like, wow, this is a very clean car. So
Okay.
we're on the 405 trying to get to LAX. And of course we're in traffic, and we're not listening to any music. And Sarah and I are just chit chatting. But you know how when you're in the back of an Uber, you can see what's on like the screen. And a lot of times you're looking at like what their phone is saying and how long it's going to take you and whatever. And so I'm looking at his screen, and it's something that's been paused, and like he's not playing any music. And in my mind, I'm like, maybe it's time for him to play me some music, like maybe it's time. Sarah and I are done talking. And I see on the screen just what I can see, because I'm on the right side, like the passenger side in the back. And it says Sri Lankan big ass schoolgirl. And I'm like, oh my God. And
what?
And I'm like looking at this, and I'm like, oh, I want to listen to a song called Sri Lankan Big Ass Schoolgirl. Like, this sounds hilarious.
You do?
Yeah. I in my mind, I'm assuming this is like, some Indian rap song that I've never heard of.
Okay.
And I'm like, fuck, I want to hear this. So I turned to him, and like, I don't know, it might be like their version of like Eminem or something. I don't know.
Sure.
And so I go, hey man, we should play some music. And then I say, I tell you what I want to hear. I want to hear Sri Lankan Big Ass Schoolgirl. And then
No, you didn't.
And then
that.
and I'm laughing. I'm like, that sounds like an awesome song. Then I lean over, and I see the rest of the text, which is Sri Lankan Big Ass Schoolgirl gets fucked in something. And it was at that moment that I realized that he had been watching porn, and that was the name of the video.
No.
It's a song.
No.
I thought it was a song, and it was the porn he was watching. And he was whacking it in his car before he got us, I assume. And it was such a clean car, and now I know why, because he has to clean
not
up
anymore.
the jizz.
Wait. Okay. What was his response to you requesting to hit play on that?
It was like, I caught him fucking stealing cookies out of the cookie jar, dude. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. And Sarah and I were just like, we start like dying. Sarah's like trying to hold back in laughter, but she cannot. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's so great. That's so fucking great.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways,
wow.
I know. Sri Lankan.
I don't think I would have laughed, but also I would have been like, I need to get out of the car.
Yeah, but you weren't like alone, a single woman in the car. Like I was,
No, yeah.
He was a very nice, like older gentleman.
I'm sure.
Hey, everyone whacks it, okay?
In the car?
I mean, no.
Well, do you whack your car on the regular?
No.
I'm concerned.
Dude, I do not whack it on the car on the regular. But I have been on some long road trips, all right? And sometimes...
You can't even make it through a road trip without doing that?
Have you ever driven across the country, lady?
Yeah, I have, and I didn't stop to do that at all. No?
No diddling the bean?
Not in the car.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh. Have you ever had sex in a car?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's hard to do, logistically speaking.
It is.
I knew a guy that used to whack it in the airplane, which I thought was funny.
Oh God.
I know. But I guess when you gotta whack it, you gotta whack it, all right?
You just wait until you're home.
Sometimes you can't get the thought of Sri Lankan big ass schoolgirl fucks out of your head.
How do we have any listeners? I don't know.
I think the show's amazing. That's when you go. And there we go. We brought it all the way back to center, boys and girls. That's how you do comedy. You have anything else?
I'm still watching TheCrown.
You digging?
I'm on season 5, about halfway through season 5.
Okay.
I don't like season 5 as much.
Why not?
They basically swapped all the actors between 4 and 5.
Okay.
Because they're older, so that's what they do, I guess, this show. And I'm having a hard time. It's not to say that these new actors aren't phenomenal, because they are, but I'm just having a hard time correlating this version of the character with the one I saw in season 4.
Got it.
I don't know especially specifically the queen. Like, I don't know why, but her demeanor is just so different. Like, in season 4, she was very, like, telling him how it is, and boss lady, and very, not aggressive, but just, I don't know, much more intentional, and much more, like, a bit tougher of a person, I guess. And this version of her in season 5 is just very different. So I'm just having a hard time, like, correlating that with the queen that I just watched for a whole season. So I'm curious to see, once I get to the next season, like, if I still feel that way or whatnot. I really did love the Charles and Diana relationship, obviously. It's why I started watching the shows, because I wanted to get to that part. So you don't see as much of Diana in season 5. You do see a lot of Charles, and he too. I'm having a hard time correlating this version of him with the younger version. I just don't know. Like, it's just hard for me to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's my only complaint so far. But I'm going to carry on. I'm going to keep watching.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Carry on. I was kind of digging on this. Are you a Billy Strings guy at all?
No, not really. Should I be?
Yeah, I think you'd like. I mean, he's a really, really good guitar player, but he's so good that obviously he's like a bluegrass guy. More bluegrass than really is like country or like Americana. But he's starting to like transcend kind of all just like roots, Americana, country, bluegrass, and he's got a song for the Hunger Games new movie. It's a cabin song, so you want to go out on that? I love Billy Strings. Like, if nothing else, like, you should listen to him because his fucking guitar skills are redonkulous.
I love that.
What do you got going
on? When's this episode come out? Friday? I'm playing in Indianapolis on Thursday night, but that will already have happened. So it's Friday. I am en route to Las Vegas. I'm playing Vegas on Saturday night. Come party. It's NFR. It's Cowboy Christmas in Las Vegas this weekend. I really hope Santa brings me a cowboy for Christmas, ties a little big red bow on him and just, send him my way. That'd be great. I'm coming home because my mother is coming to visit me.
Nice.
Is it?
Yeah. Your mom's great.
No, it is. She hasn't been here actually in like a couple years, I want to say. It's been a really long time since she's coming to visit. So it should be great. Dom is coming with her. Believe it or not. So I'm hoping they entertain each other. My only complaint when my mom is here, I love her very much, but she's constantly, what are you doing? What are you doing? Want to go shopping? Want to do this? Want to do that? I'm like, I have things to do, Mom.
She's ADD.
Very, and needs activities. So maybe she and Dom, will entertain each other a bit, but it'll be nice to have them.
Nice.
I decorated the house for Christmas. It's Christmas vibes, so we love that.
It's giving Christmas.
It's giving
Christmas. One of my least favorite things is the term "it's giving." I was at a wedding. This
is what?
It's giving. Yeah, everything's giving. It's giving. It's giving. It's giving. Shut up. Just stop saying that shit. All right.
It's giving. It's giving.
Yeah, it's giving season.
What are you up to?
Nothing. I'm like home for a little bit, and I just want to not fucking go anywhere. So
yeah, fair.
We're going with the kiddo, with my brother's son, to see Santa this weekend. I'm excited about that. Our good friend Arden's having her big birthday party. We're going to that.
Sounds fun.
And that's about it. So chilling like a villain.
Cool.
But yeah. We got to decide what we're going to do with the show. If it's going to go back to Wednesdays or go to Fridays. And
maybe we should ask the YFTers to tell us.
let's do a poll and see what you guys want us to do. That's what we'll do. We'll do it on Instagram.
Yeah. Perfect.
Follow us at YFT Podcast on Instagram, please. And we'll be back again.
And YouTube.
Huh?
And YouTube.
And please go subscribe and watch everything on YouTube. Or else we're not going to do it any longer.
That's right.
That's right. All right, YFTs, we love you.
Love y'all.
Bye.
This podcast has been brought to you by Podcast Nation.